Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm attaching the little gibbets for Croc Mums. So shoe mums, Croc Mums, whatever you want to call them. So the items I will be using are these little shoe charms or gibbets. I got them from Temu and they were $2 for 80 of these transparent things. And I'll put a link in the description, remind me if I forget. And then off Amazon, I got these felt circles and they're a little bit stiff. Can you see that? See, they're not like really flimsy felt. They're a little bit stiff, which I like. I got these for my ring mums, but I'm going to use them on these too. Then I also have chipboard circles. So these are 2 inches. They have them in different sizes, or they're right under 2 inches. If you can see, that is a 2-inch circle I cut on Cricut. I used to cut my own. I did order some of my own recently. I can't remember how many came in here, like 50 or something. And I've already used some of them. And so they're perfect circles. If you don't have a way to cut them out or you're just trying to save your machine, they were pretty inexpensive. And I got 3 packages of these. There's a whole bunch of them. So they're going to last me a while. So I've got my reverse tweezers holding that, so it's much easier to hang on to them. I'm going to be using Beacons 3-in-1 glue. That will be in my Amazon store. These are in my Amazon store. These are in my Amazon store. This you have to purchase from TJ's Magic Touch, and that is in the description as well. Also be using hot glue. Okay, so first things first, let's tilt you down. I'm going to fold this in half. And I'm just going to cut a really small slit right in the center. Very small. Okay, now the bigger end is the end that goes into your shoe. Oop. See if I cut that. I don't know if I cut that big enough. I don't want it too big. Okay, there we go. So again, the bigger end goes into your shoe, so you don't want to glue it to that end. You want that end to be loosey-goosey. You want to glue it to this end. So this is what I did. And I made 1 Croc Mum, and it seems very secure. I even tried it in a pair of Crocs, and it seems to be working out. So I'm going to put a little bit of Beacons. I cut mine way too big, so it comes out way too fast. Now I'm going to put hot glue on 2 sides. Now I want to, this is the harder part for me. So I want to make sure that's gluing to this side and not this side. So I'm trying to hold that, make it stick there. It's the reason for the hot glue, so it'll stick quickly. So it's gluing to the back side of that. Then we're also going to glue to the front side, so that made it extra secure. This was Connie's idea. I think we were on a live or something, and we were talking about Croc Mums, somebody in the chat, and throwing out ideas, and it was her idea to cut a slit in it and put the gibbets in there and have it glued to both sides, and it seems to work out really well. So thank you for that. Okay, now what I did on the first one is I glued this. I went ahead and glued it to a piece of chipboard, but I'm going to go ahead and try gluing it just to another piece of felt because I have so many of these. And then once it's glued, after you make your Croc Mum, then you just have to glue this to the very backer. So I'm going to try and make up some of these. I don't know that I'll get any orders for Croc Mums, but just in case, I'd like to have this part already done, have some of them made up. So right there in the center, I'm covering that with the Beacons. So all over that plastic and past the plastic. Then I'm going to take my hot glue around the edge and I'm going to put that on top and just glue those together. So I'm going to seal that. That hot glue is going to set very quickly. Oozed out just a little bit. Now in the middle, it's still squishy from that beacons because it's going to take that beacons a while. But I'm going to squish that down too. So you see, you still have room to connect that to your shoe mum. Now it's also, you know, after you get your mum on there, it is a little stiff and you do need to make it so they can press on the center. Because I noticed like when I was trying to get it, you know, on the croc, I really had to push in the center of the ring mum, or not ring mum, the shoe mum. So you do want to make sure that anything you have glued in the center is going to stay well because they are going to have to push on it and kind of manipulate it to get it on there. Now I did also, I'm going to show some pictures because I've already packaged that thing up, but I took some pictures and videos, so I'm going to share that. But on the top loop on that shoe mum, I also put a safety pin through that loop. So if they don't have Crocs or don't want to wear them with Crocs, they could safety pin it to their shoelaces and wear it that way. And you'd be able to wear it a little bit higher up. Because I made my streamers 3 inches long and they just come in like at the edge. So they might be just a hair too long. So let that set really well. And the other one, I really, you know, moved it around and tried to play with it, and it did not seem to come apart. So I think it's going to work really well. And like I said, I did put it on a croc and didn't have any issues. So I guess you could put these on bog bags too, couldn't you? Don't they have the same holes? Do a bog bag home. All right, let's try this again. So I am going to put those somewhere. I probably just put them in here because this is my ring mum backer. So I'll probably just throw them in here and already have them right there after the glue sets really well. Okay. So again, we want to fold it in half, a little slit in it. On 2 sides because this glue is going to hold up in the long run better than hot glue, but hot glue is going to make it set very quickly. So a lot of my big embellishments, like the bling embellishments, the really pretty ones that I get, that I put on mums, I will put this and hot glue on the back. I don't mix them together. I'll put like this on a little half of it and then hot glue on the other half of it. I've shown that in videos and lives. That way, this will make sure that it stays better because hot glue with bling, yeah, it may stick immediately, but it's not going to hold up as well. So I feel like this gives it double security, gives it more of a chance to stay on. And I'm just keeping my fingers under there to keep it pressed to this side while that hot glue sets. And then again, I'm going to put this all over the center. And that around the edge. Oozing out just a little bit, that's okay. Pressing that down, I want to make sure that stays. And then, like I said, all I have to do is glue this side to the back of the mum, and it'll be ready to go. So I'm having a couple of these prepped. More than a couple. I'm going to make at least 4 of them. Some of the glue is coming through that felt just a little bit, but I want to make sure it's pressed down really good. And I'll do one with a regular backer too to show you. But I like the felt for the very back. I think it'll hold up better against the shoe, and then it just, the way it bends around this gibbet, it's much more flexible. That one's not perfectly lined up, but that's okay, as long as they're close. Again, the small side is the side you want to glue on. See, this is a little bit time consuming, and I twisted that so my glue was I can't get a hold of it. Okay, just trying to hold it like that, get it to glue on the right side, keep that gap in there, give that hot glue a chance to set. See, that's not going anywhere. I know people are having issues with them coming off, the mum coming off the gibbet. Here's some regular charms. I got these at Buc-ee's. I think Christy said she built hers off the gibbet, remember correctly? And I think these have bigger backings. Here's an old one I have. I want to make sure there's space there for them to attach. Yeah, it's going to take that glue a few hours to really set good. But see that, just glue that to the back. And some people want other options, like I said, the safety pin, but you could also attach, let's see, you could attach something like this on the back. I do these for like ribbon pins, really small mums, and then you glue that to the back. You glue it to your backer like this, but then you want to cut like a piece of ribbon or another piece of chipboard or something, or felt or something, and glue over this like that, just for extra security. But it's like that. But that's another option. Or I was thinking you could also just add a couple of ribbon streamers off to like 2 sides, off like each side, or maybe like the necklace, and then just tie it to your shoelaces. I even thought about Velcro, if you could do Velcro. I don't have any to play around with, but if you secured Velcro onto your backer, like a piece of Velcro, one side, and then left the other side separate, and they could slide that under like a couple of shoelaces, and then so they've got their Velcro, and you would just go like this. I don't know how well that would hold up, but I'd like to play around with that. I just don't have any to do that with. All right, let's do one more. Like I said, I don't know that I'll get any orders. If I don't prep these, then I'll get a ton of orders. If I do prep them, then I probably will get any. The way it works. But I'd rather have a few prepped. Two different kinds of glues. That should really hold up much better. Plus it's secured. You've got it glued to this end, but you also have it glued on the inside. So that's going to help give you extra security too. Feels like there's a lot of air in there. Try pushing that down. Hopefully that works out well. Like I said, I played around with that one I made and it felt really secure. But you don't know how well these things will hold up all day long being worn until it's worn. Oop, that didn't line up well. Okay. And there we go. You can tell that one's off center, but that's okay. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it doesn't have to be exact. I hope that was helpful, y'all. I don't feel like making another shoe mum right now, but I may add that to this video, or I may just show this video as a quick video. We will see. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Please be kind with those comments. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. And happy mum making, everyone. God bless.